How's it going, everybody? This is Rene with Neptune Cigars. We're back in Las Vegas for the PCA 2024, and I am standing here with none other than Christian Eiroa himself. Christian, thank you so much for taking some time for us today. I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Doing well, man. Keeping busy.
This is day one. How you feeling? How you feeling so far?
So far, so good. It's been an interesting year. It's the first year that we changed the schedule on the show.
Yeah. So
now it's in March versus in July. So there's a difference in the buying pattern, but I think it's interesting so far. There are a lot. I think we're back to like 2015, 2016 attendance numbers, which is huge for us.
Right.
Fantastic. We're very happy and we're excited, man. We got good stuff. And as far as our company, new machinery, new equipment, new people.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Very exciting stuff.
That's awesome. So growth is the name of the game.
Every time.
Yes.
Innovation too, man, because it's easy to just get flat-footed and slow down.
Right.
But now we got great innovation, great things, and we'll show you everything.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
Without any further ado, you want to show us what's coming up this year?
Let's start, man. Let's get started.
What is this?
All right, Cool Brew. Cool Brew, we announced it last year. It finally started shipping now. Cool Brew started shipping last week. So Neptune will start getting the cigars very quickly.
Nice.
And they should be getting there. And then if you follow me over here, we also have in the 867s, we have the Auntie, the Zero. So let's talk about the Auntie. These are aromatic cigars, and what we did with them was a little different. They're not as strong as some others, aromatic cigars. And it's the only cigar that we actually also pack in cellophane, because sometimes stores don't want the smell to come out. If you smell that, you can't really smell the cigar.
No.
But now, if you go inside the cigar itself,
oh yeah, big time.
Actually smell it. So we do it for the stores. Some people like the cigars to smell, other people don't like the cigars to smell inside the box, so we're giving the option. Of course, it's simple, just take the cigar out of cellophane and you solve the problem. But what makes it super cool for us is that we made a special display unit for it, either for the store or for you to take home. You can fit the 3 sizes in here. We even made room for a Boveda unit right here. It's not a perfect hermetic seal, but it'll do the job fairly well. So if you want to put it in the store, display it wherever you want, or if you just want to go ahead and store it at home, it provides a unit for you. We made one for every single one.
I like it.
That's the one for the Auntie. We have the one for the Zero. And then we also have the one that we made for the Midnight Oil.
I love that one.
This is pretty cool, man. The color's a little crazy.
Yeah.
It's darker. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna keep the dark shade. I think a lot of people are liking dark shade, and it's real interesting.
Definitely stands out.
Bro, it's amazing, man. This stuff is really, really cool.
What can you say about, for people that don't know, the Auntie, the Zero, like what are the differences between them?
Well, originally this product was designed with the guys from Deadwood. And they wanted to come out with a product. Of course, Deadwood, there was a whole trademark issue with Drew Estate. But we had the product developed, we had everything done. We had sampled it in the market already, it was available. So we had to go ahead, we just changed the name. You know, we spoke to both parties and listen, guys, why don't we just step out? You guys solve your problem, and then we'll get back in when this is solved, or we're just going our own direction. All very peaceful, all very friendly. It was just, you know, we didn't think we were going to help the situation anymore. But it was developed by the guys from Deadwood Tobacco. Okay. And that's when the cigar was introduced, and they really helped us out with this product because they understand it. This is a project between them, Wild Bill from Deadwood Tobacco, and Tom Azuka. They really understand this brand really well. But if you walk over this way, so we also decided to come out with something called Serenity Now and Sanity Later. I've always wanted to come out with a 100 count display box, but that you could actually see the cigars from the front and the back. And
that is totally just cool.
It's really cool, right?
Yeah, it's eye-catching.
It is Ecuadorian Connecticut, and the lighter one, of course, and then the darker one is San Andres Maduro. We have it in 3 different sizes. We have the 50x5, the 60x6, and the 54x6 on these cigars. These cigars start shipping already next week. Nice. Really good. The refills, we're going to do it in bundles because we don't know what's going to sell more of the other. But we have this kind of flexibility now with the new equipment, everything I was telling you guys about.
And that's a Seinfeld reference, isn't it?
Yes. You caught that. Bro, it's amazing, man. Not a lot of people watch Seinfeld, man. You're aging yourself, bro.
That's my favorite sitcom.
Remember that episode?
Yeah, Serenity Now.
Sure, it's
Sanity Later.
Sanity Later. So that's what we try to do with it. So I'm glad you caught it. Of course, Asylum just goes with that kind of genre. Asylum is perfect for it.
Awesome.
And then,
wow.
So this is the 90x9. 90x9 is something that we came up with as an April Fool's joke. couple of years ago, and actually became one of these worldwide famous cigars. What makes it so interesting, this year we put it in tubes. That's a cigar.
Yeah. Oh, the band changed or no?
Yes, sir. The band's different. It's representing the year of the dragon. Let me just do this. Keep one open. All right.
Wow.
So the year of the dragon that we're celebrating with this one. What makes it so interesting is that the actual box it comes in turns into an ashtray.
Oh, wow.
So you keep all that, there you go. These things come right off. That's an ashtray, so it's a perfect gift item. Comes with 6 cigars, and it makes something, it makes for something different. Mm-hmm. You know, people like to have fun. I think the people do smoke the 90 by 9, but a lot of people buy it as gifts, as a party trick, or
collectible.
Yeah, man. So it's
I've seen all of the above at my store. I've had people that smoked it, people that gave it away as a gift, people that put it up on their wall.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's cool, bro. I really like having fun with this cigar.
Yeah.
And of course, you, the dragon, to represent it.
Mm-hmm. Will this retail for the same amount, or?
I think a couple pennies more or something.
Got it.
But similar price range.
And when can we see this at the shelf?
This will start arriving. Everything you see here starts arriving in the next couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So you start seeing everything at your store soon.
So Christian, earlier you mentioned on cellophane. You know, you're saying that cellophane doesn't really come on your cigars. Is that a conscious decision, and why?
Well, I think cigars need to marry each other inside the box. Mm-hmm. And when you put a cigar inside cellophane, it's like taking wine, and the moment it's produced, instead of putting it in a barrel, you put it inside a bottle. So cigars are being manipulated the whole time. Tobacco is being manipulated the whole time. You know, tobacco is being manipulated when you do the fermentation, when you do the sorting, when you do the stripping. And then when the cigars are being made, they get manipulated. They go into a escaparate. When they're sorted, they're manipulated again. And every time the essence disappears a little bit. Every time they're touched by human hands, the essence disappears. In alcohol, they call it the angel share, and tobacco will call it, it's called angel share, but I think Fuente owns that name, so I respect you, Carlos. I don't want to get in trouble. But I'm just using it as a reference right now. So I think that once you put cigars inside the box, I think they have to get that flavor and that taste again. They need to marry each other. Plus, we do the boxes, we use the cedar that we use inside the boxes. That smell has to come back to the cigar because everything around it becomes part of the flavor. Yeah. We use the breathable tissue because it works a lot better. It protects the foot of the cigar inside the box. If it weren't for the foot, I wouldn't use anything at all. Yeah. But we have to use the tissue to protect the cigars versus using cellophane. And it has been really, really well accepted. I also appreciate the fact that not many of our competitors have copied it. 1 or 2 guys, which doesn't make me very happy, but most everybody else has respected that and not copying that technique that we use, the tissue, right?
Very cool.
And then something else you'll see, this year, this is the Asylum 12. Every year we do a special Asylum. And so this one, we put it in tubes. I'm trying to get one out. There should be a little thread. It's not, cojones. All right, so we did tubes. We did a lot of tubes this year because I think people like these. And normally we make them in a little carton, the wooden boxes. Yeah. This year we switched to tubes, make it more interesting, keep it more dynamic. People who buy these cigars will also get access to Asylum 13 years next year, which is going to be a big one. That's going to be a big event for us next year. I'm already working, 13 months away from next year's trade show. I'm already working on that product now. This one starts arriving May, June. We'll start shipping this item. Okay. We're missing some labels here, so but it's almost all the way there.
Can you disclose anything about the blend?
The main thing about our blends this year, this one is using some of the Pinareño tobacco and South American tobacco. We've been developing this farm already for 4 years, and slowly but surely we're putting more South American tobacco in there. Matter of fact, the Eiroa Dark, I pulled from the market until I get the container in from South American tobacco, and I start blending the cigars now with that new tobacco. I think that's going to be something out of this world. Gives the same body, but there's this natural sweetener that the soil produces down there that's really making me very attracted to it. And the CLE, on the CLE line, we'll talk about it now. We'll tell you what we're doing with this, but yeah, South American tobacco is in there, Pinareño seed, and another seed that we're using from over there, which is...
and just out of curiosity, when you say South American, would that be like Peru?
No.
And that's it.
Another cool item we're doing this year, in 2021, after the COVID trade show that was canceled, in 2021, we needed to do something to attract stores to come to stores and wanted to really thank and show gratitude toward the stores. So all of us organically, a lot of manufacturers started developing something called PCA exclusive cigars. So this is already the 4th version. This is the Asylum PCA exclusive cigar. We came out and we did a honeycomb package for it. You got 4 different sizes in this. Cigars are going to show up to the store like this. The good thing about this is once these cigars are sold, the store can keep them because you have the logo, whether it be Asylum, Eiroa, or CLE. You keep them in the stores, or people, of course, are free to buy the whole unit and collect it. Again, it's not hermetically sealed, but something that you can remove this very easily, put Boba packs on the side, and keep humidification on these units. Yeah. Everything we do now has to have a second use for it. It can't just be the box. If we go back to this box over here, every one of these is a humidor. If you drop it, this box is good as a humidor. All these little slats are removed from the box when you're done, and this is a humidor that you get to keep.
That's really cool.
Humidor, normally you would pay 150, 200 bucks for it.
Yeah.
Right?
And some people are under the misconception that, oh, I can use my old cigar box as a humidor, when you really can't. That one you can.
That one you can, because that one actually does seal.
That's cool.
CLE version. So we use on the Asylum, we use an Habano wrapper. CLE, we use a Cameroon wrapper. And on the Eiroa, again, San Andres Mexican. We use on this one. So these cigars start arriving in, like I said, next 2 or 3 weeks, right?
They really pop off the shelf.
Amazing, man. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Eiroa.
My favorite.
Thank you very much.
That's my absolute number 1. Yeah.
I love it, man. Thank you. Eiroa, we are, this year's the year CLE, like last year was the year of Asylum. Eiroa, we are making some, getting ahead of the game with especially the dark. I think the dark is my favorite cigar, so I kind of took a step back, took it off the market for the time being, until I come up with a new blend and get ready. Once I have the new blend, I will make 37,000 cigars, anywhere from 32 to 35,000 cigars of that one. We'll supply everything worldwide. Of course, Neptune is top of the list, so Neptune will get these cigars. Sweet. Great customers for a very, very long time, and great friends, more than that. Right? So that's the most important part. But once those cigars are ready, you guys will be the first to know.
Wonderful.
And they'll start arriving soon.
Right on.
Now, CLE, the year CLE. One thing we noticed about CLE, and it happened to our second best market, is in France. There was a shortage of Cuban cigars in Europe. And one thing that happened to us in the last 3 years, during the COVID years, that the CLE Habano, which over there we call it Criollo, or of course the French, they call it the Orange. You know, French people are special. You know, French. You know a French guy or two, right?
I know one in particular.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Anyway, you know what people in France are. Yeah. So, but we noticed that this cigar started replacing sales for part of a Series D number 4.
No kidding.
And I kept thinking about it. It wasn't until I visited this beautiful store in Geneva called the House of Grauer, which I think is the most beautiful store in the world. Actually, let me rephrase that. The most beautiful cigar museum I've ever seen.
Nice.
Period. It's more a museum than a store, I think. All right, so hopefully, Tarek, I hope you don't mind, man, but I really do, and it's a compliment.
Yeah.
So I sat, he allowed me to go visit with him. We did an event, we did a dinner from his customers, and something stuck to me about the store, so I asked him if I could go back again. So I went back to Geneva, I flew my marketing guy, my head guy of design now, from Honduras, and we flew back to Geneva, and we ended up designing the new look for CLE. And what we realized is, over the years, CLE is such a good blend and such a good cigar, but I never gave it the right presentation, the right identity. This allows me to do that now. Very happy with this product. If you look at it, it's beautiful. When you open up the box, it's not here for display. There'll be a cedar strip already with a logo. The cigar itself, the whole thing, is a gift. I know cigars are sold one cigar at a time, but this is one of those items that I think people would actually buy by the full box. So we changed it on CLE Corojo, changed it on CLE Habano, and changed it on CLE Connecticut. You'll start seeing these already start shipping in the next couple of weeks as well. And in this line, the biggest grower for us in 2023 was the CLE 25th anniversary. Cigar is fantastic. I'll admit, I hate the box. I got to do something about the box, but I figured that the change was going to be too radical for people because I already changed one box, changed the other box. So this cigar is fantastic. I know they do carry the Neptune cigar. 25th is great. Signature is another great cigar.
Yeah.
This is a Maduro wrapper, box pressed, and the Signature is a Cameroon wrapper, one of those wrappers my dad struggled to grow for the last 20-something years. He finally grows it. He nailed it. You know, it's the same Cameroon wrapper we're using also on the CLE.
All right.
CLE PCA exclusive. All right. And then Asylum is king for a company, especially the 70x7, which in the last 10, 11 years has been the single most copied cigar out there. Even after all these people copied the cigar still keeps growing, it keeps growing strong. We changed the packaging on it last year. These cigars, of course, Neptune carries every single one of them. We're very happy about that relationship. And that's our line.
That's it. And hey, the cigars, you know, 9x90, you must get asked, is it going to keep going bigger than that, or are we done?
You know, it's funny because one of our competitors, I think it's Orsa, came out with a 100x10.
Yeah.
But they got this thing, and it's with Tom, I don't understand. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
So this year I was actually going to do the 100.1 by 10.1.
You should have.
Just to force them to go 11 or whatever. So, no, I don't know, man.
We've hit the roof.
You know, so we had this new kid working with us, very organized guy, and he has trouble understanding that I just don't know. Sometimes I know at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know. The answer is I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Never say never.
Sometimes I get the idea, but see, now you mention it to me, and I start thinking about it. What if?
All right, Christian, so that's everything for the new stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
In closing, I do want to ask you one last question.
That's
right? So next year we're going to be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a change. So speaking of change, I'm asking an open-ended question to everyone. If you could change one thing about the cigar industry, what would that be?
I hate the fact that cigars are sold in open boxes. I'm real big on the essence and the smell of cigars.
Yeah.
I hate that. I understand it has to be done that way, but I wish we could have cigars in stores with the lids closed.
Yeah? That's like what you were saying earlier about, you know, gifting one.
Bro, could you imagine at a restaurant, all the wine you're gonna drink is already sitting in a cup and the cup's already open?
That's a good
killing
analogy.
It, man.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can think of it. Especially, like, explain to French people, they understand it that way too.
I will.
All right.
Thank you so much, Christian. You guys heard it here first. Stay tuned for all the new Eiroa products, CLE products, Asylum products coming your way very soon, as early as a couple weeks from now. Stay tuned. Until next time, guys.
Thank you.